Our next guest is, we're already exchanging fashion tidbits. André De Shields continues to channel his Hadestown character Hermes in the podcast Live from Mount Olympus. It's an award-winning podcast for kids and families. It's produced by the Onassis Foundation, and the legend himself, very well-heeled, very well-dressed, André De Shields is here to talk all about it. Welcome to the show.
Good morning. I'm so happy to be with you two lovely ladies.
Oh, and you are a gift in the morning, isn't he?
He's a gift any time of day. Well, your threads are exquisite.
Well, you know, I'm here to represent.
Thank you.
Okay.
Do you pick your outfit out yourself?
Absolutely.
I knew you did.
Yeah.
It's just all going on.
Yeah. Okay, so you've taken your Tony Award-winning role at Hadestown.
Yeah.
Hermes.
Yep.
The messenger.
Yep.
The storyteller.
Yep.
I love it. Turning it into a podcast.
Yes.
What was the conventional wisdom behind all of that?
Well, it came from the Onassis Foundation, who created this idea of revisiting Greek mythology for young minds, because we know Greek mythology teaches us about how to live our best lives, right? And then they scratched their heads and said, whom can we get to be the host of the podcast? Duh. So yeah, so I hung up my Hermes wings and joined them on the podcast. And it has been not only revelatory, but it's been so interesting because young people do not lie. They're very honest. They'll tell you if you're full of it, and they'll tell you if, wow, I didn't know that. And we get a lot of, wow, I didn't know that.
That gives me hope.
Each season focuses on a different mythological character.
Yes.
So who are we hearing about in the 6th season?
The 6th season, we're hearing about the contention between Athens, right, and Cyprus. They're city-states.
Sure, yeah.
Right? And the prince of Athens is Theseus, and the king of Cyprus is Minos. Guess what? King Minos has a gorgeous daughter.
Here we go.
It always comes down to that.
Named Ariadne. Now, because at that time Cyprus is ruling, right? So every minor state has to send tributes to Cyprus every year. Now, tributes is a nice way of saying
we're sacrificing you to the for
yes,
the greater good.
We're sacrificing you young people for the greater good. So Theseus, with another group of people, are being sent off to Cyprus, falls in love with Ariadne, and as it would happen, the love between these two young revolutionary people changes the mind of Minos, and there is what? A happy ending.
Happy ending.
Oh, we need that happy ending.
Even happens in mythology.
Yes.
How familiar were you with Greek mythology before you even took on the role and then the subsequent
Well,
podcast?
I wouldn't say familiar, but I was obviously very curious about it as a young man. Just as young people now are curious about the Marvel Universe.
Sure, right.
Right?
Yes.
Because it's so big, and because our greatest tool, even as ancient adults, is our imagination. So whatever pricks the imagination appeals to us.
Yeah.
And when I discovered that what we call the Western culture actually was born in the continent of Africa, I thought, well, there must be something about me in there somewhere.
That's right.
And I've been following ever since. And that kind of literacy is what got me ultimately to being Hermes, messenger to the gods in Hadestown. See how that works?
I love the etymology of all of that.
You also recently reprised your role in Hadestown, along with several other original castmates, and you...
The original OGs.
Oh, the
American OGs,
right.
And you did it in London. It was professionally filmed, and now you're bringing it out for everyone to see.
We hope.
What's that like for you?
Well, not only is it full circle, but it began at the National Theatre in London in 2018. And lo and behold, it transferred from there to Broadway. So because we were at the National Theatre, there were 6 Americans and 7 British actors. So in order to recreate that, we had to take it back to London.
Right.
It had run for a year there. So the OGs came in, said, out of the way.
The adults have arrived.
We have something to do here. Yes. We're on a mission here.
I love that.
We were there for 5 weeks. It was brutal, though. It was brutal.
Okay.
We arrived at work at the theater every day at 9 a.m. To do the filming. And then
do the show.
And then to do the live performance.
Oh my gosh, you're one of the hardest working humans in showbiz. It's a good thing they're honoring you for Juneteenth.
If I may say this, back in 2006, when the godfather of soul went to collect his crown, I changed my outgoing message to, now that the godfather of soul is gone, André De Shields is the hardest working man in show business.
Yes, you are, and the most elegant.
Oh
Just
my
look fine.
Oh my gosh, I love that. I hope that is still your voice memo. Real quick before we let you go, you are being honored at free concerts in celebration of Juneteenth. Congratulations.
Well, that's what keeps me going, these surprises, you know.
Yeah.
It's about you now. I like that.
We do
Yes,
too.
Yeah.
as it should be.
Yeah,
Finally, right?
Well, I don't know about finally, but I'm still in the game.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
yeah,
Well,
absolutely.
thank you for spending time with us
Thank you
this
for
morning.
allowing me to
you.
come.
Oh my gosh.
I'm
pleasure.
thrilled to your beauty.
Oh my gosh. Well, thank you so much. You at home, you can listen to Andre's podcast live from Mount Olympus, wherever you listen to podcasts. I love it.